Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do, fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die, gotta die. Everything I know, everything I hold tight. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. This could be the day I die for you. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything
Hello, and welcome to Amethyst Racing. Today it's me, Martin, and I'm joined by
Me, the NPC man.
Mr. Ratcliffe, and we're going to get underway for the Chinese Grand Prix. 16 turns, 28 laps. First featured in 2008. Be prepared for the historic 1-2-3 corner. Expect to see chaos as the guys go side by side into the sharp and long braking area of turns 2 and 3. Connor, anything you'd like to add about this track?
In terms of amount of corners, what you want in here?
In general, like, what is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I'd like to point out that you got the first appearance wrong. It's 2004, not 2008.
Oops.
16 turns here around the Shanghai International Circuit. 28 laps this race, so there's a lot of laps. It's a long lap around here, around about 1 minute 30 a lap. So we've got a long old stint on. Well, let's see what strategies we see around here. There's a few you can do. I think probably the fastest we're going to see is maybe the hard medium.
The overlay is not working for qualifying, but I'll get it working for the race.
Yeah, we might see. You might see a bit of a few people taking risks out there. Maybe going for a two-stop. You never know. Tyre deg can be quite high around it, but it is going to be the Alpine of Van Basten leading us out on his first qualifying lap.
He's chosen to go soft here. So you see drivers around on the intermediate tyres. Byland on intermediates, for example.
Yeah.
Looking to
trying to lay down some rubber. Get to grips with the track, see what their setup's going to feel like in these conditions. But yeah, well, I think Van Basten will be the first person to set a full lap, because, like you say, Byland and a few others behind, such as Peel, all on the intermediate tyres. But here comes Rico Van Basten now through the final corner of turn 16, and then opens the DRS down the pit straight.
And let's ride on board with Rico as he comes into turns 1 and 2 now. Nice tricky double apex corner as it whips it tightly around into another hairpin corner of turn 3. Lots of short shifting from Rico there as he then lays down the throttle and comes towards the slight kink of turn 4, Connor. One of your favourite corners, I believe.
Turn 4?
Yeah, because you don't make it a cone, you just cut it.
Oh wow. Do I? No, I don't. Anyway, let's stop throwing accusations about. This is a very tricky part of the circuit here. As you can see, Van Basten just struggling with a bit of understeer. You have to really modulate the throttle through here and try not get on the power too soon. You can stay on the power, but you can't go full throttle, otherwise it ruins your entry. But he's done that pretty nicely second half. Late on the brakes there, it feels like you can brake even later than what you can do, than what you did there. But round the famous Golf Club corner, I'm back on the power now for the really, really long straight all the way down to turn 14 and 15. I'm sure we're going to see a few overtakes in this DRS zone.
There are 2 very long straights here in China, and I think this. Oh, there's a yellow flag in sector 2 there for us, Connor. What is that for?
It's the Aston Martin of Kennedy, who's had a quick spin on the intermediate tyres though.
The former McLaren driver, Ryan Kennedy. Van Basten takes the
that was unnecessary.
Is he? Oh, there's a Haas-off on the track as well. There's only one Haas, and it'll be Strainmakers, who seem to have had a moment through that very long right-hander. We've seen multiple drivers on multiple streams have moments on that corner.
Yeah, I think the drivers out on the intermediates now are just cooking those tyres. The tyre load around here is pretty high, but we've got a few lap times coming in now, but nothing. Well, they're all the intermediate runs, but I don't think we're going to have any other soft runners. Who is on the softs right now? No one else is on softs that's currently out on track.
I don't think anyone
it's all intermediate runners for now.
Just trying to find the next person on the lap. Is it Nidam? No, Nidam's in the pits. Is it Caspers? It might be Caspers as the next car. No, it'll be the Red Bull of Archie Britton, who actually he's on softs and has a purple sector too. It was only a green 1, purple 2. He's just down on Van Basten currently. Britain, having returned from injury, looking to put in a stellar performance today. The Red Bull team principal out on track today. He's the only actual team principal in Tier 1.
Yeah, he's a bit squirrely out of turn 15 though, but he's neatened up for the final corner. Maybe not taking as much exit curb as he could, but it is 2/10 slower than the Alpine driver of Rico Van Basten as it stands. Don't think he's pushing on for another one either.
2/10 would be all that he needs to get through into Q2. Hasn't been a prominent shower in Tier 2, but will be looking to right some wrongs and get into Tier 2, into Q2, sorry.
Oh, Byland's out.
Oh, what?
I think...
Oh, he's done it in the pits! Oh, no. Oh, no. He's binned it off into the pits.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's Lewis Hamiltoned it. Oh!
That is a yikes. Can you get some yikes in chat, please?
Oh, L. Oh, and he's the slowest man as well. Well, he's not the slowest, but he's... Oh. Oh, no. Kevin Byland.
There's still a slim chance he doesn't get knocked out in Q1, but...
If everyone puts on softs, I don't think we're going to have the overlay for this stream, because if he's last, I don't think... Oh, it's to do with him and Peel. It is Connor. So it looks like it could be between Peel and Byland, this incident, in the pit lane.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get any more info on that, but...
In the meantime, if any of the other FIA are home and have access to the spreadsheets, could you do me a favour and tell me if anyone else but Byland... Oh no, I can open the penalty track from home.
Sorry, I can do it now.
Does anyone else have a grid penalty? Anthony. So there is a lobby restart because Anthony has one. So Byland's going to serve his 7th place grid penalty here and now. Man like Byland on 10 penalty points. He's 2 away from another race ban, might I add.
Oh god. Let's see, have we got any more soft runners out yet? No, we don't. They're all on intermediates. Oh, Jesus. Nikolaj nearly took himself out on the pit entry thing there as well.
Nikolaj?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Nielsen. The Alfa Romeo.
Alright, let's not be toxic in Twitch chat. Come on, lads. It's not that deep. As here we have the fat child rounding the final corner. With an even slower time.
I think that might have been a cool-off lap.
Possibly, but Fat Child definitely needs to not go on for any cool-off laps and just burn the weight.
Getting that cardio.
Mm-hmm. Cardio. I'm sorry.
What?
Cardio.
No, I did hear you. I just wasn't expecting you to be able to repeat it twice. Let's not be toxic in the Twitch chat. Proceed to call Alex a fat child.
But there is a difference. There is a difference. Alex is fat. Meanwhile, Fox Johnson now rounding what would appear, which is turn 11, I think? Because this is 12 into 13, 14.
Yeah, this is... yeah.
Or does 14 also class as 15 here?
I like Alex's helmet design.
You do?
Yeah.
It's a shame his dad isn't here to see it.
There's no need for this.
It's Q1, Connor. This is normally what happens in Q1.
Oh, Jesus. Thought he was in the wall there.
I did think he was about to DNF and have a slower time than Byland. But... oh, he does go slower than Byland still. Oh man.
Yikes.
Harris dropping some cheers in the chat. 2 cheers from chat, Harris. Are cheers also hydrates?
No.
No, they're not. Who else is on that? Nidam, who has gone faster than Byland. Who's in danger of being knocked out by Byland's DNF? Oh, okay. The only Van Basten is retired.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can do that.
8.
8. Oh,
I'll do 4. You do 4.
1, 2.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my god. 15.
Rico, yeah, you won't be eliminated because you're faster than Byland.
Oh!
That's
Like
a yellow
Scott Johnson's
flag.
had a spin.
Has he got damage?
No, he's in the mud though.
That extra downforce that he generates, not helping him.
Ah, oh!
Oh!
Now he's got damage.
Did he get damage?
I don't know. Surely.
How did he not get damage? What? I can't see any
Funny
damage.
if he gets disqualified and he's the only one out in Q1.
Oh my god. It's a rare occurrence. I am consuming liquid today while we stream.
You made that sound more sus than he did to be, I'm not gonna lie.
I realise that now. So currently being eliminated is Farinsky, who's yet to set a lap. So we don't quite know what's happened, but it's an incident between Byland and Pill in the pits, and Byland has gone on and Lewis Hamiltoned it, but there's no gravel trap. Smith retires, nice and safe. In the pit lane.
What I find pretty ballsy is I suppose Van Basten.
They're safe.
He's retired.
They're all safe. They're all safe. One person goes
true,
out in Q1.
True.
And all they have to do is beat a 1:39.0, as Nielsen is like, I want that first place from Van Basten. Yeet. Nielsen, who already was safe, went out on softs.
Well, not interestingly, quite smart from Felinski here.
On the
out
mediums.
On the mediums. So
That is
yeah.
big brain. That is big brain.
Yeah. But he's just got to keep it together now. He can't crack under the pressure.
The pressure of beating on one.
But yeah, everyone ahead should just retire, surely.
Well, Fox Johnson can't because he's currently slower. But I think I could beat a 1:39.0 in Q3.
But surely Fox Johnson still can because he's still ahead of him.
No, he's slower technically. But Byland is currently the car that is on the elimination zone. Because watch, if Kennedy beats Fox Johnson's time and Florinsky beats it, Fox Johnson will go into the drop zone. Because Byland has a quicker time, but he can't partake in Q2 currently. Britain with a P3 lap time.
But here goes
Felinski
through the tricky turns 1 to 4.
Is it 4?
Back on the power.
I thought it was turns 1 to 3.
No, 1 to 4. And here he comes now flying down into turn 6. Late on the brakes, swings it round.
And then into the tricky technical 7, 8, 9 section. This is all about how well you can manage that throttle and keep them revs as high as possible to keep maximum rotation whilst also putting the beans on.
Oh, we got a sector 1 and 2 yellow flag, I think.
For Lund,
now for
who's
Towery.
gone out on intermediate tyres, even though he doesn't need to do more laps.
Yeah. Let's hope it's not a wet race. Oh, it's a server. It's a restart.
Safety car restart, yeah.
Safety car restart. What?
Casper has decided to go out on softs and set a rapid lap.
Interesting.
Interesting decision to go out on softs when you're safe, but
Yeah.
fair enough, I guess. Does Fox Johnson realise he isn't safe?
I think he is safe.
He isn't safe.
I think he is.
I don't think he is, but meanwhile...
But if he might be going out very shortly anyway. I think the game's bugged somehow, because Kennedy's not set a time, but he's ahead of Byron.
Because Byron's crashed. Because now Kennedy drops below Byron, see? Because he hasn't set a time. And Kennedy decided to use intermediates.
Oh, Fox Johnson's coming out the pit lane now. On fresh softs.
Okay, so Kennedy might have ballsed it up if he's slower than Byron here. Oh, he's faster than Byron, it's fine. You see now Fox Johnson drops below.
Yeah, I think Fox Johnson's going to be the last person to set a lap here. And the only other two people are currently out on track. Sorry, three people. There's an Aston Martin, Caspers, and Felinski, who are all on in-laps. Both the McLarens, actually, going through on medium compound tyres.
So no pressure on the fatherless one. But he does need to not balls up this lap.
Yeah, he's put all the pressure on himself here. I don't know if it was too much of a smart call, leaving it right to the last minute.
Could have gone out on mediums. He didn't have to do all them laps on the intermediate to achieve nothing.
Yeah. Imagine if he spins, yeah. It would not be good.
We will be watching with eager eyes. I will cry inside, and I think that will be the end of the title challenge. Oh my god, he almost died there.
Yeah, this is such a challenging circuit that he's taking a big risk here. Let's see.
Looking to get as much heat into them soft tyres before he rounds the penultimate corner. Sporting a special Chinese helmet, I believe, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine he spun on exit.
Let's see, all he's got to do here is keep this lap together. Keep the car pointing the right way on track.
Don't invalidate.
Don't invalidate. It all comes down to this. Will the driver currently in P2, I think, of the standings?
I can have a look for you now.
It's
close. It is very close up there.
But this is his chance to stay within a fight. See what he can do. Can he keep it all together? He's a 10th down on Caspers, or 10th and a half down on Caspers through sector 1, but he won't be bothered about that. He just needs to improve by 6/10, so it should be easy to do on the softs. But it just depends how sturdy that car is right now, how well it's set up.
He's 4 points behind Caspers.
I think people want you to ride on board.
Oh, we want to ride on board with him. Alright, as we
That's where he struggled on his out lap. Is he going to keep it all together on his actual lap here? Ooh, yeah, he's kept it together. He's done a little bit of that outside curb. Not too much this time.
We are going
down into the final few corners.
I'm going to have to stick to the spreadsheet. It's a mess.
Let's see, can he keep the traction under his foot here? His lap could all be lost in this final corner. It's easy to validate here. Is he going to do a Luke Martin?
What?
Oh, no, not quite.
I
think he's going to beat him.
P2.
There you go, up into P2.
Slower than Caspers, though, importantly to add.
Wow, if I was him, I wouldn't have been pushing it like 100%.
No,
just to get 6/10 and get through. You don't want to risk it that much.
I would have just gone out on mediums, but, you know. What do we see when it's
Britain just said, I can't believe I forgot that I can ride on board with him myself in the game.
Oh,
Do you get screenshots?
Oh, I almost forgot for once because I was too busy laughing. But I can get the screenshots. I normally always get them because I'm on my own. And I've got nothing better to do. So,
well, loser.
Byland is going to serve his 7th place grid penalty by not gaining a single position.
This is a AlphaTauri masterclass. Technically, he's not served his grid penalty then.
No, but in real life, if you was to be at the back, you still.
Have you ever
class
noticed
yourself in it.
we got Byland and Lund?
Yeah, I have. Well, we only have Lund now. We got with the bar.
You said Byland. Well, hopefully now we'll see a few more competitive times come through. I think I'll be very surprised if anyone goes out on the intermediates this session.
Sometimes they do for their first lap. But let's look to see who's going to be fronting the train. It is Trainmakers will be fronting this pack of cars coming out on soft tyres.
Yeah, and by the looks of things, everyone is on the soft compound tyres. So I don't think anyone's going to chance it on the inters. Like I said, the inters will be pretty sketchy around here because your tyres are prone to overheating. Trainmakers actually running a nice livery-based helmet scheme there as well.
Is it white?
That's red, white, and blue.
That's the 1-on-1. He might as well have just worn the American helmet. Last season, you've had to have gotten a Russian helmet though, because you know.
Oh wow.
Haas was just a Russian flag. Hill wasn't banned for an entire season. He left the league.
I think we're gonna.
Can we just stop?
I think we're gonna see a little bit of a traffic jam here as they come through. We've got what 4, 5, 6 cars all really close together on circuit.
It's Monza 2.0 in real life, where no one wants to give the other one the toe.
I don't even know how much the toe will benefit you around here with the, the likes of turn 7, 8, and 9 being such high speed, high downforce corners.
But
let's see, what can Trainmakers do?
What is blood cooking? As he
Blood
comes into turn 6 now, that little kink in turn 5. He's currently the fastest car on the track. Let's see if anyone can beat it though. Currently no one has beaten his sector 1. But we still got some fast drivers yet to come out. All it takes is one spin to ruin your whole qualifying. As Trainmakers doesn't set a purple 2, and now someone has beaten his sector 1. Only just now.
Yeah, Peel is currently holding the fastest sector 1 and 2 of any car out there.
Oh! But I think it wasn't Peel, it was Kennedy's had a moment through sector 2. And is definitely not going to be setting a competitive time here. As Trainmaker's now on that super duper long straight. Whips it round that tight right-hander hairpin. With one corner left to go, Trainmaker's about to set the benchmark time.
I think it's going to be quickly beaten though by the Aston Martin just behind him of Peel. He's on an absolute flyer out there. It's a 32.4 from Myron Peel.
Lund a little bit off the pace of Trainmakers. And Van Dijk puts it P2. I still need to change his name. No one reminds me after the race.
It's like Van Basten actually is on a good lap here as well. Currently leading the back of the train, heading down into turn 14 and 15. He's set some competitive times close to Peel through sector 1 and 3. He's actually faster. Oh, sorry, just as fast as Peel through sector 1. Let's see, the Alpine driver looking to impress here today. There's a McLaren going slowly. I think he's just letting... Sorry, the Aston goes slowly to let the McLaren through in sector 1 at the moment. But here comes Van Basten now across the line.
Splits the
Oh,
marks.
it's only 6th best for him. He lost a couple tenths there in the final sector. Actually 6 tenths there in the final sector.
So everyone else is on that out lap. So we've got Anthony, Nydam, and Noah Smith. As there's a spun Mercedes. Who is that? It's the fat child. And there's a spun. Is that Kennedy as well? No, it's Peel. Peel's also had a moment and very slow through sector 2. I'm expecting in the actual race to see quite a few spins in sector 2, Connor.
Yeah, I think we will, especially through that through the good old golf club corner. So I think it's going to be Anthony. I want to say going to be the first one to cross the line. I think that's Galaxy Lives.
Yes, but he's got someone right behind him.
Yeah, it's a McLaren of
Ooh!
Van Dyke.
Van Dyke getting very loose there. Last time I saw something that loose, it was my mother.
Jesus. Okay.
You haven't watched qualifying is a different beast. Qualifying is, the start of it is a bit slow, so you got to keep them entertained.
In fact, I think Ryan Kennedy's going to come across to set competitive lap time here as well.
He
Goes
does.
up to P6 after his spin on his original lap.
Faster than Fox Johnson. Fox Johnson becoming Moss Johnson once again. Bros transforming.
24.5 from Van Basten in the first sector. I believe that is around... Yeah, it's a tenth slower than Peel through sector 1.
For Anthony.
Yeah, sorry, Anthony.
There are 3 cars currently on lap. You've got Anthony, Smith, both Williams, and the Ferrari of Nidam. And I think Caspers has just started his lap as well. So keep an eye on Caspers. Let us know what sort of deltas he's setting. As Anthony is currently 2 tenths down on Peel. I thought you were going to say something then.
I was not paying attention to what you were saying.
Understandable. NPC mode entered the chat for a second. Anthony coming down this really, really long straight. Some say it's almost as long as the runway they used in Fast 7.
It's definitely not. That was long.
It's longer than some countries. But Anthony, P6.
And there's a purple sector 2 come out of nowhere from... well, it was from Nidam, but quickly replaced by his teammate, Wesley Caspers.
Smith goes P4. So Smith puts a solid lap just behind Shrainmakers. And Nidam now comes across the line.
It's looking like it's going to be a quick lap, and it is. It's 32.4, a couple hundredths ahead of Peel in the Aston Martin, but Wesley Caspers is on an absolute flyer. He's a couple hundredths faster than Nidam through sector 1, nearly 2 tenths faster. Through sector 2, and here he comes. He just has to navigate one more corner to complete his lap, and here he goes up to the line now, and it's a 31.9. That is a big margin to lead, 5 tenths to his teammate, and yeah, his closest championship rival a further 1.2 seconds slower.
That is some lap,
isn't it?
It's currently a Ferrari 1-2. Marco is probably leaving stains with excitement. Da 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 da.
Da 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 da.
Da
Da da da da da.
da da da. Da 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 da.
Tequila.
Da 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 da.
Alright, enough of that.
Yeah. Who is on a lap? Britton. Archie Britton is on a lap, or he's on his out lap.
Yeah, I think the next person to cross the line is actually going to be your driver of Peter, who's just started his lap.
Oh, so we will follow Peter then. Please make Luke stop. Include this in commentary.
Oh, please make Luke... Wait, what?
What? How do we use that
I think he means include this in commentary, you stop. Yeah, I get that.
Casper's feeling very safe with that. 5 tenths faster than any other man on the track.
Yeah, I think he's pretty safe with that.
Yeah.
Peter taking a lot of curb there. It's easy to bottom out your car and lose the back end through that, but he's kept it stable.
Casper's, but he's still looking competitive on time here. It's only 2 tenths, so unless Casper's pulled like a rabbit out of the hat, through sector 3. Peters could be splitting the Ferraris here.
You very well could. Just behind Peters, though, there is the Alfa Romeo of Nielsen, currently setting some competitive sectors.
From what we're aware, next season Nielsen will be off to Williams.
But here comes, there he goes, up to the front row for Peter.
Exactly a tenth faster than Nidan, but still 4 tenths slower than Casper's. Casper's is cooking, and there's more hydrates.
Here comes Nielsen, though, up to the line now, up to P4 for Nielsen.
So the drivers in the danger zone currently, Ryan Kennedy will be eliminated, Van Basten, Fox Johnson, Florinski and Archie Britton, but Britton puts it P11, so only moves slightly higher up the order.
So currently we've got
Lund on the lap, there's only one AlphaTauri left.
There's Peel, Anthony and Kennedy currently on outlaps.
One moment, I just need to open a second drink because I've already had to drink one.
Yes, Bozo.
There we go. Nice. Why? They just spammed it. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 11. And Lund spun. Lund has had a moment on his lap. Surely he's going to have to dive into the pits as there's a Red Bull of Britain as well. Oh, you... Connor, please do some of the hydrates.
Okay, I've got... What is this bottle? I've got a 75 centiliter bottle of water here. So basically, you know, 3/4 of a litre. I'm going to drink the entire thing. Oh my god, they're still going.
Yep, do you know why? I think
Why?
they're aware what I'm consuming.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They did this when during the last race of the season last season when it was the last ever time I was going to be consuming any sort of beverage.
Yeah, you can deal with that then.
Anyway, who's on?
You can
lap?
just drink the entire stream and I'll commentate.
All right, but I'm gonna have to try and work out who you're commentating for then, because Anthony's pulled out of his lap. Currently only P10. Peel is on an out lap. I think it might be Kennedy who is on his lap. Is Peel going to give him a fat toe? Are they setting up for a toe here, Connor?
Very possibly. Peel is... To be fair, no, I think Peel might be pushing on from lap here as well. He set a competitive sector 1. I think, yeah, Peel's pushing on from lap here as well. It would make sense for them to, because Peel currently P5.
Probably.
But then again,
safe.
there's only... Yeah, there's a lot of time to find around here. Maybe a few scuff laps from drivers, but Peel only a 10th away from Casper's through sector 2.
So Peel is pushing hard. I know in other leagues they are rivals. Peel was could still... Oh, there's 32 hydrates. I hate you all.
Here he goes, though. Down into turn 14. Shifting down the gears. Hooks it around the right-hander. Back on the power now. One more corner to go for Myron Peel. It's looking like a good lap time.
Will he put it top step? He was actually slower.
It is the front row.
It is the front row, but it's Q2.
It is.
Also,
and
Kennedy improves to P10, so he knocks Anthony down into the drop zone.
This is a crucial lap from Felinski here. Down in P15 currently. 33.2. And he's got one more corner to go. The sector times are looking fairly competitive, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to get him out of the bottom 5. It's only P10.
And he knocks Kennedy down. I don't think Kennedy's got enough time for another lap. The next car to watch is Rico Van Basten as he rounds turn 14. What can Van Basten cook? Or is he start? He's starting a lap.
I've just caught Schrainmakers cutting the track as well to gain some time. To get to the line on time, I think. But it won't be the first time he's been caught for that. Anyway, coming across the line now. is
Noah
Smith.
P4
He
for
goes
Smith.
P4, so good lap from him there.
Britain's invalidated, so won't be improving. Britain will be being eliminated here, sadly. So the
Next
next
cross
up,
line will be Nidam, who's currently on improvement in both Sector 1 and Sector 2.
I thought he was about to die.
It's close, but it is
P3.
a second row as it stands.
Next up is going to be Anthony. What can Anthony cook?
Nothing, he's P12.
Next up is
At
the
best.
Fat Child goes P7. And now it's going to be on Kennedy, who's getting a tow from Pill. So they've done it back-to-back laps. I don't think he's got enough pace, though. It's yellow 1 and 2.
Yeah, no, he's not on a lap.
Fluinski is on a lap. No, Fluinski isn't. So Rico's the man. Can Rico knock Trainmakers out here in Q2? But Trainmakers is on a lap as well from being a bit naughty. No one beat Casper's lap. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, Van Basten. Oh, he spun on turn 14.
Oh, he's purple Sector 1 as well.
Oh no. Was he actually?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And he was only a 10th off the fastest Sector 2 as well.
No.
Well, here comes Trainmakers across the line. It's P9 for him.
But Trainmaker's probably going to be in trouble for... I didn't catch it on stream is the only issue, so unless you got it recorded...
I didn't get it recorded because I couldn't clip it. I don't think it even gained him any time either. It was the final hairpin, and he just cut the inside of it.
It might have been a nut, because he was only a couple of seconds away from missing out and doing that lap.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Desperation to get a final lap in. But he would have been safe with his previous time anyway.
He would have been, because sadly for Van Basten was cooking.
He was a 24-2 in Sector 1 for him on that final run, and the fastest Sector 1 was a 24-2 from Nidam, who was a couple hundredths faster than Nidam through Sector 1.
So Bro was absolutely cooking heat.
Yeah. And from what I can tell, I think, although I think Rico might be the slowest in the straights.
So a high downforce setup.
Yeah, because he's not. He's gaining a lot of time through Sector 1 and 2, where it's high downforce, but then in Sector 3 he just loses he lost 6/10 on his first run to Casper's down the straight, basically. So there you go, there are the bottom 5 of Q2. That is Filinski, Kennedy, Anthony, Britton and Van Basten all out. And all in different teams as well.
Anthony's going to have a free place as well. He's going to start from P15.
Yikers.
So Anthony and Byland will occupy the final row. Oh, get it in. Oh, yes. I said that because I was worried I wasn't going to get the screenshot in time. But I got it.
More than you.
Goated behaviour. I can't read what Rico's saying. He started speaking Dutch.
I don't know.
Bro, I was so snel. I know Zupitu Hebden.
Yeah, just stop, mate. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just give up. Don't even bother. Okay? There you go. You're welcome, chat. Alrighty. I'm gonna have Nielsen leading away in this Q1 session. The first to cross the line, as long as he doesn't go ridiculously slow on his outlet. Closely followed though by, I think that is Nidam. Is it Nidam? No, it's not Nidam. Who is that? Oh, it's Peel. Peel's got a huge train of cars behind him. Of I think 3 or 4 cars, a Haas and the 2 Ferraris.
No! No! No!
Let's have a nice onboard Halo lap when Nielsen starts his, shall we, mate?
We shall do. It looks like a Mercedes has spun. Ah, there's one. Also, someone tell Rico to get in his team radio, otherwise his team gets a fine.
True. I wonder how many people, how many channel points does everyone have to do this many hydrates?
They've stopped doing them, Connor. They don't spend their channel points anymore, lads. Because all the channel points went on hydrates. Yeah, but yours are cheating, Monk, because you spend them and then you redeem them all. No, please don't. You reimburse. Oh, they've got so many, Connor.
Here we go, Nielsen starting us off on his first lap of the session.
And we will be riding on board with Nielsen. Yes, there we go.
Well, he's taking a nice line through turn 1 into turn 2.
Look at the train trying to wait to start their lap coming around the final corner now.
Yeah. But Nielsen finding some traction, finding some grip in the front end of that Alfa Romeo as he heads now down into turn 6, just about clips the apex. Before getting back on the power. You've got to be very patient with the rear of the car there. It does like to step out.
Definitely done some weight reduction upgrades on that Alfa Romeo.
What? Anyway, swinging it through the right-hander, back on the brakes now for the double left-hander.
You want to try, you either want to overlap that curb or you want to completely miss it. If you ride it, it's a dangerous game for that car. It will happily kick out on you. Like Buckaroo.
Again, late break in now of turn 11 as you now get back on the power. Very, very tentatively through the golf club corner. Not using as much of the exit curb as he could have done there.
Took a very tight line.
Yeah, but it works out for him somewhat. Currently Casper's setting the fastest first and second sector in that Ferrari. Back on the brakes though for Nielsen as he heads now through turn 14 and 15.
Final corner
back up now.
For Casper's.
Here he goes. On the power for one final time this lap. Opens the DRS up to the line. It's a 32.0. It's a good lap though.
From Nielsen. Not able to best it. Next up it will be Casper's. I thought it was going to be Trainmakers, and now it'll be Casper's. Oh my days.
31.7 on his first lap. Here in Q1.
Nidam P4. Then it was going to be Fox Johnson. Only P4 for Fox Johnson. When Lund just bests that. Now it'll be your boy, Van Dijk. Comes 5th. Peter into the pits. So last one on this first set of laps is going to be Smith. I hate the fact that they all just saved their points up because they don't feel like spending them, Connor.
Oh, and 32.3 from Smith. That gets him to P7. Ahead of Casper's teammate Nidam.
Casper's pace is insane here today. If Casper's doesn't win, it's because he DNFs. That is my prediction now. I'm not reading chat. Are you okay, Connor?
I'm okay. Can you hear me?
You went dead silent for about 10 to 20 seconds there.
I'm analysing. I'm wondering why. I think there might have been an error from Peter in the final sector because he had some fairly competitive first and second sectors, then he just backed out of his lap. So he's gone straight back out. He's back out, coming down the pit lane now. No, sorry, he's going through turn 4 now.
He's going to be the only man on track. He's going to have a dead quiet track. So I'm sure if there was ever a time for Peter to cook, it'll be now. Also, they should have saved an extra set of softs, seeing as Byron died. Right?
So was that?
Because Byron, DNF'd. They should have all saved a set of softs as long as they could go faster than Byron on intermediates.
Yeah. Well, like you say, Peter's going to have a full clear track ahead of him as long as no one comes out the pits in the next few seconds. Which it doesn't look like it will be the case.
I think they're all going to wait for Yes, there is a lobby restart, Kizil. I keep forgetting Kizil isn't in Haas anymore.
Yeah, I just thought
that. It just dawned on me Kizil was in a red car as a reserve. So here we go, Peter. We're going to ride on board with Peter. A little bit of on board with Peter action. Here we go. As he rounds turns 1 and 2 into turns 3 and 4. With Nidan coming out of the pits as well. Also looking for a little bit of a quieter track, it would appear. But here we go. Peter now coming up to the kink of 5 before he rounds it up nice and wide and then swings it through for turn 6. Tight braking corner onto the throttle as quick as possible. And gets a big snap there on exit though. And that'll be through the tricky section of sector 2 through 7. Drop it down a couple of gears, swing it around, keeping the revs as high as you can for turn 8. And then it's the double left-hander of 9 and 10. And Connor, it's on to you.
Yeah, he's about a tenth and a half down on Casper through sector 1. Let's see as he crosses the line now to enter sector 3. We can see that he is a couple tenths down on Lund, who currently holds the fastest second sector as well. And a couple tenths down on the man on provisional pole, where he goes back on the power as we head down the very long straight. Not much to commentate on here other than he will be opening the rear wing around about now.
And he should hopefully have his foot solidly pushed to that floor. Will he
You'd
be able
hope
to
so,
get
it's the
around?
Mercedes team principle.
Will he be able to get around for and get into the pits and get out for another lap? It's going to be very tight.
I don't think he is here.
He might be about to just dive into the pits instead. And
Yeah, he is.
He gives us a solid
So
tease.
he set a slower sector 2 than his first lap, and a sector 1 that was probably 200ths faster, 25 thousandths faster
So
than his first lap.
he must have been that sector 3.
Yeah, both laps now have both been around the same pace for sector 1 and 2, but he's just backed out of them.
Put out game.
But we've got Nielsen now. Once again, going to be going out on the track first in
With
this final stage of qualifying.
Smith right behind him. I think this is the first time for a while that we haven't had both Williams through into Q2. 3.
Yeah, it won't surprise me actually.
Anthony, a known Q3 driver, normally always featuring into the final qualifying, just didn't have it in China. Maybe he's come down with a sickness, possibly COVID. Which in that case, he probably shouldn't be at the track, and he'd probably be detained in one of the Chinese mobile homes.
No, there's no need.
What do you mean?
There's just, yeah.
They have self-quarantine houses in China.
Gonna get commentating, mate.
Sure thing, because we're waiting for Nielsen to start his lap. No, they're not. I hope they're not. Here we go. It's going to be Nielsen starting us off as he rounds the final corner and starts his lap here. All 10 cars out on the track. He'll be hoping not to run into any traffic as cars try and settle themselves. As he comes down the start-finish straight now onto turn 1. The long double right-hander of turns 1 and 2. Swinging it round. And then it'll be on to turns 3 and 4. This set of corners reminds me of how I mix it up in the kitchen. On to you, Connor.
Yeah, sure. Here he goes late now, down into turn 6. Brings the car around nicely, back on the power as he heads through the very high speed section of 7, 8 and 9. Trying to keep it late apex there as he gets the car positioned back to the left hand side of the track before swinging it back in now to turn 8. Into the braking zones through 9 and 10. Very tricky corners to get right. He'll be confident on the throttle there, trying not to invalidate on the exit of turn 10 as he goes through into sector 3 now. I'm having a quick look at the telemetry. It's not an improvement through either sector here. He's got to pull something out of his pocket in this final sector here. It's a yellow flag. I think that's just people slowing down to start their final laps. And here comes Nielsen down the straight now. It's gonna be a struggle for him to improve here. He's not set a blister in second sector. The first sector was good enough, only a couple hundredths slower than Casper's, but
surely maybe it would have been. He could have pulled out, carried on going the beans, and just about.
He's enough ERS though to go for another lap.
Does he or does he not?
I don't think he does.
I don't think he would either. So I hope he's found something here.
Oh, it is an improvement. It's a 31.9. He went fastest in the third sector by a couple of tenths.
But next it's going to be Smith. Smith only P4 for Smith. Next
Myron Peel next in the Aston Martin.
Can't he P3 for Peel? Comes across the line now and
Leo Lund down in P5 currently, just set the fastest second sector, but it's quickly bested by Casper's by only 13 thousandths of a second. It's close stuff through that.
There is Kingma paying for the fees of Rico Van Basten not being in the team radio. Thank you very much for the subscription there. As Lund rounding the penultimate corner and comes now towards the final corner.
It's looking like a good lap here from Lund. It could be the front row maybe if he can just get this final sector doing. It's so close between those. Casper's cross the line next. 31.6 for Casper's.
What is Casper's cooking?
Don't know, but here comes Van Dijk now to cross the line. P5 for him. Fox Johnson, can he get himself off the third on the grid?
Oh my God!
Position.
What? Where did that come from?
But can Nidam do anything about it? 24.2 and 27.7 in the second sector. It's not. It's only P9 for Nidam.
And
Trainmaker's currently P10.
Stays P.
It's a 32.4.
Where did that come from? What? What? I was expecting, P6, fat child, P1.
Bro turned up the engine. So yeah, there's the fastest second and third sector from Fox Johnson there, finding 200ths in the middle.
I definitely screamed, didn't I, a bit loud?
Yeah, and 700ths in the final sector, just enough. Edging 400ths of a second between the top two.
He edged him.
There's just no need, is there, Luke?
What do you mean?
This is why we don't let Luke drink on stream.
Mate, I've needed it after this awful week, okay? He has been awful, Connor. I almost didn't commentate. I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home and go in my bed and cry.
What else is new?
True. The diet is working. Well, they are so clear. As we're going to get ready for a lobby restart now. So we will go back to the tunes for you all.
God help you.
This one here is for Kingma.
party, that's right. Yeah, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah. Okay, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Okay, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah, I just wanna party all night. Wanna party all night. Yeah, you just wanna party, that's right. Wanna party, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm lost and numb, cold to the touch. I pretend like I don't remember your name. Every masterpiece turns to blasphemy. When I close my eyes, yeah, I still see your face. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire started from a spark. I would spin you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. Yeah, I'm pale and grey, all dust and fade. When I call for you, all I hear back is pain. Every song must end, even diamonds fade. When the darkness comes, I'll count up my mistakes. We were the thunder and the lightning, burning fire that started from a spark. I would spend you just to watch you twirl. It was us against the world. You were the rain falling on my skin. Yeah, I was dying when you pulled me in. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world. We were the thunder and the lightning. I was your rebel and you were my girl. It was us against the world.
Hey there, space boy, moving through the galaxy. Can you hear me through the dark? I'm calling you. Where do I start? I'm an emotional, taking in your sweet and considerate heart. Come into my world, give me your spark. Time to land and visit the planet. Give me your try. Still I'm back, you sure? I'm the reason to come back here. Just don't linger too much, 'cause you're a stranger, baby. So come get to know me.
Hello, hello, and welcome back as we get ready for the race. Fox Johnson pulling something out of nowhere to get P1 when I think everyone would have put the money, their house on Casper's getting P1 in Q3. Would you agree with me there, Connor?
Yeah, I think Fox Johnson pulled that lap out of nowhere. I don't know if he was expecting that or not.
He pulled it out of a fold.
But I mean, we saw him in Q1 just about getting through and putting himself under the unnecessary pressure. And then,
Same with
Q2
Q2.
didn't seem to have the top 5 pace. Then all of a sudden, pops it up on into pole position.
Cock Johnson.
The drivers will probably be looking pretty happy now, considering the sun is out. Not too many clouds in the sky. But we know that can change in just these next 45 minutes or so. So we will be racing.
It's Alex Micro Cock Johnson.
God.
As here we
Jesus.
go. It would appear
Wow.
the overlay hasn't worked.
Doesn't matter, we're going. And Peter's moving up a few positions. Lund moving up a few positions there off the start as well. Up into P3 for the AlphaTauri driver. Casper's remaining in P2. We got a couple people running the hard compound tyres. There's contact at the back. I think that was the Aston Martin of Peel getting damaged. I think it's front left end plate.
Swilinski, who's the one who's brought out the yellow flags, as Peter has got himself up into P3. Lund drops to P4. Peel has gone up to P5, and Van Dijk drops to P6. Oh! Smith! There's something's happened between Smith and Schrainmakers as they both dropped to the back of the field. But meanwhile, we watch this battle for P1 and P2, and we're going to ride on board with Casper's behind Fox Johnson. Let's actually have a look at what tyres everyone got because the overlay is not working.
Everyone on the hards, other than Byland on the softs and Britain on the mediums.
Well,
So-
Ireland is up into P10 and Britain has remained around P13.
Yeah, but the Mercedes getting off to a good start as well. Peter's up into P3 off that start.
But the front three, Peters is going to have to try and hold on to the front two, as if there's ever going to be any weaving, it is going to be here. But Peel making a few. Is that Peel or Kennedy? Kennedy made a one move and another, but then I think it was side by side. It was
There
hard
you
to
go.
get Sarah.
He's got past Nidam now, putting alongside him, and making contact a little bit down into turn 16. Is that McLaren off into the pits? It is. It's Van Dijk off into the pits. He must have been the one that got damage.
Byland also off into the pits. Not Byland. Lund into the pits.
Lund.
Byland is pushing Nidam around this track. Meanwhile, Aston Martin currently running a 4-5.
Yeah, both. Kennedy up 7 positions off the start, as well as Anthony down in P8. He started from P15.
Side by side with Byland here for a second through that tricky section. But the front three starting to pull away from Myron Pill. As there's 4 cars into the pits. It's Lund, Van Dijk, Britton and Smith all into the pits.
What is AFJ cooking? He needs to stop cooking. He's putting on too much weight. And yeah, the Aston Martin's running a good race at the moment. P4 and P5 both up a couple of positions at least.
The top 6 look very realistic. Oh, and that's Van Dijk again as a spin. Oh, I thought we was about to see tears for a second as Britton came around that corner. Will the
a big snap for Kennedy though, coming through the Gold Club corner.
And Pill's gone. Pill went so wide through the the right hander there.
So both Aston Martin struggling.
And Flensky's had a moment also in that turn 13. Oh my god, chat just absolutely violating. I don't know who's been violated more. So currently, Caspers holds on to the DRS of Fox
Look
Johnson.
at his fastest laps going in though. There's the top 4 all swapping fastest laps as they cross the line. And Caspers is pushing Alex Fox Johnson here through turn 2.
We're going to ride on board here with Fat Caspers because he's mightily close and his battery would say he hasn't been pushing it at all. He's on over 90% still.
So is Fox Johnson though. They've both been pretty chill on battery so far.
Has Peter
Let's
been
see.
chill too?
I think it's going to be heating up now though. Caspers will have the DRS assistance.
The question, has Peter been pushing on that battery as well? Has he just stayed like them?
Yeah, Peters is around about 60% battery.
And Myron Pill?
It's just about high 50s.
Because the front 4 have gapped everyone else.
Yeah.
And Byron, meanwhile, up into 6th place on them soft tyres.
Yeah, he's running a good race. He's got the Aston Martin of Kennedy up next, who's also had a great start. Yeah, Byland up 10 positions now, and Kennedy up 7. So these two probably not what they expected to be by end of lap 3.
Very competitive grid, clearly. As
Yeah.
the DRS now about to come into play. Fox Johnson covers to the inside. Caspers pulls into his slip soon. Fox Johnson makes his one move and then returns back to the racing line. And Caspers just follows behind in a status quo. Meanwhile, Byland and Kennedy.
Ooh, it was a very late, very deep on the brakes for Byland as he head into the hairpin, and I think Kennedy just got the better drive through the
Yellow
corner.
flags as it's Britton. Britton's in a wall.
Is that damage?
Can't tell if that's damage.
I
from
don't
the
think
on
it
board.
is damage.
I think he's avoided damage, but that's not a good start for Britain as Smith has got a penalty. And what is that penalty for, Connor?
Good question. It won't let me open race director. Oh no, it does. There you go. He got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
So he's got 5 seconds on his head, but he'll probably serve us. Meanwhile, Lund on the medium tyres sets the fastest lap a little bit further back in P13 for Leo Lund.
Yeah, we've got a good amount of drivers out of position here. We saw Nielsen had some good pace in qualifying as well.
All the way to P10. Didn't get
Yeah.
the start he would have wanted, although he did seem to get tangled up with Shrainmakers through turns 5 and 6.
Oh, and there goes Shrainmakers! Off track, nearly into the wall. He just about keeps it out, though.
Oh,
No damage for him.
His new team principal, Marquino, will be happy that he's managed to avoid damage. But I didn't quite catch that on stream. As we was
It's
watching
just a
the
big
battle.
snap coming through turn 10. It's a very challenging corner, especially on these hard tyres. Oh, no, Britain's out.
In the
He's
pits.
in the pits.
Oh, Caspers thinks about a move for a second into turn 13. This 4-car DRS train pulling away from Kennedy, who's got Byland all over his rear. Byland, we want to make the move soon because them softs aren't going to last long here. As Britain's car comes out of the pits because the game isn't good and it's...
He's going to get right in the way of Fox Johnson and Caspers, who are coming through there now, and Peters. I think Peters might
And Pill.
Peter might have suffered the worst from that. I didn't quite see Peel's POV. Peters had to take big avoiding action. I went a little bit deep on the brakes because of it.
Fox Johnson will be feeling the pressure of Caspers right behind him. 4 points separate these two in the title fight. And Byland, meanwhile, has now got past Kennedy as he sends it up. And Kennedy gets a big snap there. Anthony will be smelling blood. He'll be like a shark in water.
I was just about to mention as well the train that's falling off the back of Anthony, but it will now be Byland losing this
Byland will
train.
be able to drop them with them soft tyres. Because Byland...
You should hope so, but
already
those
got
softs don't
almost
hang on
9
long
tenths.
around here.
Almost.
Oh, another snap for Kennedy there as he came through turn 9. The rear end of that Aston Martin is not looking too stable as it at the moment.
What happened is Byland went soft.
Could be a big opportunity though for Caspers now. I don't think he's been this close coming down the DRS straight before.
As
He's still got a lot of battery to play with.
I don't think Peter has the DRS either. Oh, he's just within DRS.
Oh, no battery usage here from Caspers. Fox Johnson defending to the outside. And Caspers settles back behind. I don't think Caspers is too bothered about making a move in these early stages.
Anthony gets the move, meanwhile, made on Kennedy into that turn 14. So Kennedy starting to drop a little bit down the field, and I see a few flashing lights on Kennedy. Kennedy must have been really pushing about this. Caspers has got through on the main straight. Caspers up into P1, but Fox Johnson holds the inside line. And there's yellow flags for Florinsky here. And
Still,
Nima
these two
Nielsen
battle
retired
now, and
in the
Nicolaj is out!
in the pits.
Oh, in the pit. What?
He's retired in the pit lane.
Why?
I don't know. Duck's going to have serious words with his man. Oh, both Caspers and Fox Johnson getting snaps. Them two having a little squabble through turns 1 and 2 definitely brought Peel and Peter back into this. The P&P connection behind.
Yeah, you Merc boys are in a good position here.
For the
If you
constructors.
can keep, not even that, I mean, to keep the strategy open and maybe pressure Caspers into a pit stop.
Well,
Try and
someone...
go for either an overcut or undercut.
Spiky, if you're listening, communicate with both of them to get this working. Because I never get to communicate with the boys. Anyway, I don't know why I put my hands around my mouth to shout that. As the DRS train on Caspers now. Is Fox Johnson close enough to make a move? It would appear not. Oh,
We got stealth.
that would make sense.
Yikes.
This track is very setup dependent.
Yeah.
As Anthony now leads the train as Byland's softs may have fallen off. Byland's back down to P6 on them soft tyres.
Yeah, and Kennedy's closing up here as well, even with no ERS left. I think Byland's deploying there a lot down the straight. He's going to go look for the inside line now into turn 1. He pushes the Williams wide, but here comes Kennedy down the inside. They're 3 wide here going through turn 2. The Aston Martin's on the grass and he's spun round by the Williams. I think that was a lack of space there left from the AlphaTauri of Byland.
3 wide. Is Byland to know that there is 3 cars?
Oh, and there's contact and Anthony's off! Anthony's off into the gravel!
Oh my, I'd missed that. I went back to the battle for the leader. Anthony's was just retired. Anthony's rage quit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was chaos. Absolute chaos.
How has that happened? I don't really feel like how we can blame Byland for that one though. 3
quite
wide into
see-
turn 3 is kind of nutty.
Yeah.
As 13 cars remain here in China. We have 2 trains forming. We have the train for P1, which is Casper's, Fox Johnson, Peter and Pill. And then we have the train of Byland as Fox Johnson maybe thinking about a move here on Casper's into the late braking. Goes for the inside.
Oh.
Casper's runs it a little bit deeper, side by side for these two.
Casper returns to the racing line to get the best exit out of the final corner and down the second DRS straight that, well, the first DRS straight, but the second time, Fox Johnson might be able to make an attack on him. And is Fox Johnson going to look? Oh, he's left the space open on the inside. Fox Johnson takes the opportunity he's left for him. He's pushing the Ferrari round to the outside, side by side here. As he going through turn 2 and 3, the Ferrari on the inside now of the Mercedes. Mercedes trying to get the traction on the outside line. Casper's holding it steady though on the inside. I think these two are going to be side by side now into turn 6. And Casper's using a little bit of battery there just to pull further ahead, and they're going to settle back down. Casper's retakes the lead with Fox Johnson P2.
Peter and Pill just watching his battle in front unfold. As meanwhile, Nidam doing his bit for Ferrari, gets past Byron, dropping down the order. Them softs definitely starting to fade now. Nidam in P5, a little bit away off this train. He'll be looking to try and catch up, possibly, and maybe act as rear gunner for Casper's here.
Byron's really struggling on those soft compound tyres now. He's been setting about. He's setting in the 38s. Meanwhile, the front runners setting in the 36s, and I think Kennedy's might be getting a bit frustrated, stuck behind the AlphaTauri now. He just keeps messing up his lines.
I don't want to jinx Byron.
Oh my God! Byron nearly just died through
Okay. I was literally about to say I don't mean to jinx Byron, but
and he goes Kennedy around the outside though at the exit. I think he's got the DRS assistance as well. He does.
He does.
So that should keep him ahead.
He is flashing. Byron is either going to pit this lap or next, I reckon.
I should hope this lap, because those soft tyres, you can see the wear on them now. There's got a very distinctive line
And he just
on the
doesn't get the
inside.
drive. Here we go, and he's going to stay
He
out
stays
for
out.
another lap. I was going to say, at this rate, Byron could very much be on for points here if he plays it right. But we're going to go back to the battle for P1 as it's Pill, Peter, Fox Johnson and Casper's. All battling it out for this lead. It's a solid train. Peter, though, just about holding on. How is Peter's battery doing, Connor?
Peter's battery, he's in there. He's in the 20s. He's not. I don't think he's got the pace these two front runners have. Considering their battery usage this race. But yeah, he's pushing. He's pushing a lot. I think he wants to stay within that DRS. I think the more he's squabbled, the more he's brought it back to him. But he's got a very hungry Peel behind him.
He is. I reckon Peel gets past him if he doesn't have the DRS as well. Peel has been looking very racy here.
And Byland has lost a second to Kennedy this lap. So his soft tyres are really hitting the cliff now.
He's probably wanting to make sure he doesn't make his hards hit the cliff, though. Because if I can only assume he's going on from hards. As meanwhile, Casper's and Fox Johnson once again getting a little bit defensive. There was Casper's. Fox Johnson thinking about a move, but thinks better of it. Maybe might look for a move into turn 1, which seems to be everyone's favourite hunting ground here. As meanwhile, Van Basten has had a brilliant drive as well. Has really gained quite a few places, up into P6.
Yeah, he's gained 8 positions now.
Although we know he was fast, he was just unlucky to have a spin right at the end. If you're Mercedes here, what would you do, Connor? Because you're 2 and 3, and you've got the championship.
Someone looking for strategy advice.
No, because I'm doing what the commentary team would normally do, as Martin Brundle would say.
Yes, I believe you.
Martin Brundle. I'm doing a Martin Brundle.
Well, considering the hard compound tyres, I think they're going to be boxing surely. I'd say around 16, 15, 16, somewhere around there.
Undercut for the fresher soft mediums and just be faster for one lap, surely.
Yeah, but they've got the crucial thing here is that if they aren't planning a pit stop and Casper's does box, they've got to bring in at least one car as a reaction. Otherwise, the pressure is off. And I mean, preferably with the pace that Fox Johnson's got here at the moment.
Oh, he gets a little bit drifty.
He did get a bit out of shape for there. But the pace he's got here at the moment, you'd want to be copying Casper's strategy with him,
He wants
and
to be
maybe
the
even
undercutter.
sending Peters in for the undercut here.
Wouldn't
But you don't
want-
want to make it so that he overtakes his teammate and not the Ferrari, because then you'd be in a sticky situation.
Surely
So
you want to undercut them with Fox Johnson.
yeah, but it's it's one of those. Casper's
mouse.
is probably going to pit early here, so that you can't undercut him.
And Pill actually is in prime
Oh,
position.
sector 3 yellow flag.
Oh,
I
it's
don't know who that is.
Shrainmakers. It's Shrainmakers who's had a moment, and it's going to be Florinsky coming past him as he's off the pace.
He called up Ted Kravitz into the commentary box.
Right, you've got two strategists here, so...
Let's see, that was a personal best lap, though, last lap for Peters. He's actually a couple tenths faster than both the leaders, especially Fox Johnson. I think that was mainly caused from his little wobble in sector 3.
So Byland has pit, by the way, and Byland is currently racing alongside Van Dijk on fresh hards compared to their much older used hards. Talking of China, it's ice cream in the chat.
It's Bing Chilling.
Bing Chilling has entered the chat. As we see Byland making a move around the outside. Van Dijk gets a little bit sideways trying to defend him. I don't think there was any contact though. It didn't look like it from the angle I got anyway. It just looked like such a tight line, and Byland living up to his statement he put out and looking to be much cleaner. He has not been the menace he was once known to be. I think you would agree.
Yeah, Byron's having a good race here. He, like you say, has a good shot at points. We'll have to see how he gets along on these hard compound tyres if they
Or a
work.
safety car. If a safety
Yeah,
car
or a
comes.
safety car.
Actually, he'd be in prime position to go for... Oh! Shrainmakers has had another moment. And Byland's up... Oh, no.
Oof, that was close.
Oh, I was scared from last. Shrainmakers now P13, not having a good outing for the Haas. It's like watching Haas in real life last season. Or season before. When were they the backpack markers?
2021.
Oh, Mazepin.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, though, the front four have still remained within one another's DRS slots now for 12 laps. Although the change for the lead is the only notable thing that's happened with this front four since lap 2.
Yeah, and Casper's last few laps been using a little bit more battery than Fox Johnson has. I think he's trying to break that 1 second gap, but without, compromising it if he needs to put on a defence.
I don't see where he's going to pull that second out on Fox Johnson. They're both equally fast. As he does seem to get better drives through this double long right-hander.
I am keeping a quick eye on Kevin Byland's lap times on the tyre compound tyres at the moment. See where he might, if he's outpacing anyone that he was racing. And currently he's faster than Van Basten
How is he
last
compared
lap.
to Nidam though? That's the question.
Nidam was a couple tenths faster that last lap, but he still could be getting used to those hard compound tyres.
And he's been
They're coming off
battling
those
past Van Dijk.
very worn soft.
Oh, and Florensky's had a moment in P9. He's spun. It seems like that double left-hander is people's kryptonite. That double, it's that curb on the outside there, Connor.
Yeah. Deadly. Oh, and Fox Johnson nearly loses the back end there into turn 1. I thought that was going to be,
Tears.
well, I thought it was going to be game over for him, but he just kept it. It was one of those very delayed rear end losses. And Casper's actually getting a little bit squirrely out of turn 4 there as well.
Fox Johnson's actually a little bit closer than normal through this part of the track.
Oh, he's gone deep there though, I think. Oh no, he's nailed that pretty well actually. Just about got the car stopped, but I think there's a little bit of an inside lock up there.
Don't say that, Harris.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, meanwhile,
Felinsky into the pit lane now.
did he? I don't think he got damaged. Maybe he's just them tyres feeling like they fell off.
It's going to be a stretch to go on mediums to the end here though. Or is he's retiring?
Easy, he's thrown in the towel. So, 4 drivers have DNF'd, all of them have retired.
Yeah.
None of them have actually crashed.
But Fox Johnson, like you say, looking a little bit closer here, is going to have a bigger slipstream effect off the Ferrari. He's not used too much battery either, actually. He's got more battery than Casper's at this point in the race.
They're above 80% for Fox Johnson anyway. I'm not so sure about Casper's.
Casper's in the mid-70s as we're going down that straight.
This pair, not touching battery.
No. And let's see, as they come across the line here, it was... Wow, yeah, so Fox Johnson was about a tenth faster last lap. But the two behind, actually, Peel and Peters, both a tenth faster than both of the cars ahead.
So this front four looking very spicy.
Yeah, they're very racy, these guys. All stuck within DRS since lap 1.
Nydam not really been making inroads on the train either. So Nydam a little bit out to sea. Maybe Nydam just stays up and holds up the Mercs. There's all sorts of gamesmanship that can happen here. I wonder what the Mercedes strategist is cooking in in Prufran.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Mate, right now, you have no idea. The last time during commentary I went... Felicity's there. Last time I went into the commentary, into the team radio was when Mr. Lightning, our Lord and Saviour, was streaming. And I was co-commentating. Oh! Van Basten's had a moment! Van Basten has had a moment and he's lost his wing as well! Oh, you can hear Van Loon's tears from here!
It's unlucky, he's having a good race, good recovery drive.
What was I saying? The last time I went in was when Dirk Van Dyke held up Fox Johnson in the pit lane, and I yelled at him, Peel goes for the undercut now, Connor! We talked about this.
Peel's going for the undercut. So I'm expecting Peel to be out. I mean, Rico's going to come into the pits, but he should come out in that bit of clean air between the Aston Martin of Kennedy and the AlphaTauri of Lund. It's going to be a nice little pocket of air there for him.
Yeah, that's
been
costing Van Basten a lot.
There you go. And actually, Lund's into the pits now, so he's got no pressure from behind.
Yeah.
It's all about catching his teammate, actually, of Kennedy up ahead.
And will Kennedy play the team role? As meanwhile, now the front three will have to think about the undercut and then medium tyres, because then medium's going to be fast, but are they going to be being pushed to the edge of their life?
This is a very, very smart play from Aston Martin, because the Mercedes both can't pit on the same lap here, so one of them is going to have to go for the overcut.
And if
one of them is going to go for the undercut
Fox
here.
Johnson has to be the one to react, surely.
Yeah.
But is Fox Johnson the one to react here now?
I think we'll see Caspers and Fox Johnson in this lap. I'll be very, very surprised if they don't come in. Although Peel does not have that DRS assistance, I still think he's going to have to pace on these guys at the moment.
Sector 2, he'll gain so much time in Sector 2.
It's a 28.9 from Caspers in Sector 2 that lap, but it's a 28.7 from Peel on the mediums. So
Cassie,
already catching that.
Being the Aston Martin strategist, and here we go.
Yeah, the front two into the pits. Peters staying out though. Now Peters is in a good position here, because if these two struggle warming up their tyres, Peters could maybe get out ahead of Caspers, but he's going to have Fox Johnson's going to have to play a team game here.
It's Pill's the big issue here, I reckon, for them. Where is Pill going to be as Kennedy now pits? And Nydam has to stay out as well. So this affects Nydam in the battle with Kennedy as well.
Here we go. Peel coming down the pit straight now. Purple sector 3 for him. As the front two come out ahead of him. But look how close he is to Fox Johnson. I'll be very surprised if he's not ahead of Peters. And if he can't get a move done here, as we come through turn 3 and 4, he could really hustle Alex Fox Johnson on through this first sector.
Peel needs to win this to keep his drivers' championships hopes alive, realistically.
This could be a big dive coming in here at turn 6. Fox Johnson, you saw him get a bit nervous as we head to the braking zone there, and he gets a bit of a twitch here out of turn 6 as well.
He was a little bit tight on that corner. Peel was able to get a much better exit. He's right on the rear of that Mercedes car. And Peter is going to be behind this. And meanwhile, Caspers is almost a second away. As Smith sets the fastest lap in the Williams, currently P12. A lot of these drivers further back, we're really hoping for a safety car around about now. As the grid really has spread out a little. Casper's not able to get that second gap over Fox Johnson though. And I'm expecting to see Nydam and Peters both pitting here.
In comes Peters now. Oh, he's crashed in the pit entry!
Oh my god. He's done it.
It's a safety car! It's a safety car!
Nydam,
Oh my god!
how's he done that?
I think he just clipped the inside wall into the pits.
The constructors. No! No!
And in comes Peel. Peel's gonna chance it on some fresh tyres.
He's gonna get another set of fresh mediums. So
Don't go on the softs. Don't go on the softs.
he won't go on the softs. He's gonna have another set of mediums. Oh, what has Peters done? And what has Peters cooking?
Oh my. Poor guy was pushing too much. Yeah, there you go. Fresh set of mediums on for Peel's Aston Martin. I think he's only lost 2 positions there. One to his teammate as well, which is going to be very handy for him.
Yes. Nydam
who's that?
and Nydam. Actually, no, Nydam slots into P3 now.
Byland into the pits now as well.
Oh, his wheel disconnected. Oh no.
Oh, did it?
Oh no.
Yikes.
He's just gone straight on into the pit lane. So currently, only one driver needs the DNF for everyone to get points.
And he wants to get points, yeah. I mean, credit where credit is due. Aston Martin and AlphaTauri both having really good drives here. And I mean, both drivers of Peel and Byland, both behind their teammates on fresher tyres, so there could be a bit of a charge coming on from those guys. Whether they'll be able to stick in the DRS of the front 3 now.
Keep an eye on Peel because he undercut to put the pressure on them, and now has pit again and got fresh mediums. So he's got the newest tyre. He went from having the oldest tyre to the newest tyre. And Nydam can really put the pressure and act as rear gunner here for Caspers.
I've got a clip from Peter. I'm going to quickly review it now. Oh wow! Oh wow!
How bad is it?
So he's entering the pit lane. He starts turning to go in like the 90 degree left-hander into the pits, and as he's at the apex of that, his wheel just straightens up, and yeah, straight into the wall.
Bruh, the game didn't even like instantly save him either. It was just like, nah. You dying today, boy.
Wow.
Love to see it.
Wheel issues, never me.
Skill issues, never me. Oh. So we come to a the pot was on to boil, and now we've taken it off the heat for a minute to simmer. But best believe it's going to be absolutely cooking.
God, I thought there was going to be contact with the Aston Martins there. So, quick rundown of tyres. We've got Caspers and Fox Johnson up in the lead on their 2-lap old medium compound tyres. Hang on a minute.
What is it? What is it?
Nydam is on 1-lap old medium tyres. He's got fresher tyres on the top 2.
Yeah, he pitted the lap after. Remember, he couldn't pit because Caspers was in the pits.
Ah.
So
he's in a good position here as well. And now the tables are turned on Mercedes. It was 2 Mercedes in the top 3 putting the pressure on the Ferrari, and now it's 2 Ferraris up in the top 3 putting the pressure on the Mercedes. So
and the safety car is in this lap. And expect to see Strainmakers and Van Basten get their elbows out on one another.
One of the teams will get a fine today. Is that Alpine by chance?
Is he not in the chat still?
I don't know. But he wasn't in qualifying. You have to be in qualifying there.
You have to be at all times, really. Van Loon, I've got bad news.
Anyway, here we go.
Did Byland pit, by the way?
Yes, he did.
Smart.
He's gone to medium.
Okay. Bro was not cooking some atrocity. But good news is, Alcatraz did drop you a donation, but Casper's still choosing not to go. Oh, he's going to absolutely cook him.
Alcatraz.
And in fact, if anything, Kennedy gets the better start on a Nidam there. And Shrainmakers gets past Smith. And Kennedy and Pill side by side. Is Kennedy going to try and... Are they going to box him? No! Lund looks for a move. And the Aston Martins are about to come under pressure. Kennedy loses 2 positions in 1 set of corners. And Pill up into P4. Nidam thinks about a move for a second. Thinks better of it. Marlon Pill slotted behind. Lund and Kennedy side by side. Van Dijk and Byland side by side.
Oh, there's contact between them and Kennedy. Oh my God, Van Dijk and Byland make big contact. I think that's collected the Williams of Smith as well.
Smith with no damage. It's Byland with the damage. Oh no. Byland remain cool, calm and collected.
I don't know. I can't say whose fault that was. It was close stuff. They both got a big twitch coming out of turn 6, and side by side for that is always going to be difficult. But as we look back to the top, Caspers and Fox Johnson, half a second separating the pair now as Nidam starts to fall off the back a little bit.
And Lund is all over the rear of Kennedy, but Kennedy pulls out to the side, maybe to cover him off, maybe to look for a move on Pill. The Aston Martins will need to work together here to fight off that Alpha Tauri.
Well, there goes Lund round the outside at the hairpin. What a beautiful move that is. He's going to have the inside now into turn 16, and he gets the move done up into P5. That was a beautiful move.
Kennedy
might be looking to get back on him here. Down the inside, he's being pushed up to the pit wall. He's going to look for the inside line now into turn 1. AlphaTauri on the outside, Kennedy on the inside. Finding a better grip on the inside line there as well as they head into turn 2. Kennedy's temporarily ahead. There's contact between the two once again. I think that's the AlphaTauri going a little bit deep, and he gets back ahead. Up into P5 for Lund once again.
Van Dijk eyes it up for a second there. Van Dijk looking to flow through with the AlphaTauri. And oh, Kennedy! What a move! Kennedy getting their elbows out for sure.
Yeah.
And that what was that?
What the hell was that?
The 3 of them though dropping off the back of Marlon Pill. I'm trying to find one who's going to give me a better angle. Oh, Lund, don't get desperate. That was Lund making a bit of a silly move. And Lund is now
AlphaTauri have fallen to pieces a little bit in this final stint of the race.
Shattered glass. Last time I saw someone cause that much self-damage, there was a jar involved.
Oh. Why do I know exactly what you're on about?
Why do you know exactly what I'm on about?
Oh dear. Anyway.
Back to the battlefield. Caspers went a bit deep there. But gets a better drive for a second. But he's staying about 8 tenths. What's Casper's battery at?
Casper's battery is around about the low. It's the high 60s. Sorry.
Fox Johnson has been using more battery for these few laps here. We'll be hoping for that DRS to come back.
Yeah, they're both putting everything on the line here.
4 points between them coming into this race. And there's only 2 races after for the pair. They've pushed each other to the limits all season. Nidam now will be looking to hold on to the back. I can imagine if Nidam wasn't caught in that second train, he would have been in that first train with Pill, Peter, Fox Johnson and Casper. Meanwhile, Kennedy is definitely feeling the pressure here from Van Dijk.
This has been a very intense race. I've liked this race a lot.
It has been. It's been on a nice edge. Perfectly balanced, as Thanos would say. Will Fox
As all
Johnson,
things should be. A big snap for Kennedy coming through the Golf Club corner. He's used all his ERS as well.
Who is Zen Racing League? Cheering on Van Basten, who is currently pushing up on Trainmakers. For P7, Van Basten has definitely got some pace here. Van Dijk all over the rear of Kennedy, and then the front four once again become the train.
Well, here we go. I think Van Dijk might have a good run on Kennedy now into turn 1. He's going to take the inside line. Kennedy not been able to do much there into the braking zone. I think Van Dijk's got that move done.
Kennedy cleanly up to P5. That will put a smile on a certain Ratcliffe's face.
It does. I want to point out as well, Nidam is he's out of ERS.
Nidam's been really pushing.
Yeah. And those medium tyres haven't been working out the way Peel would have hoped until now. As the man in P10, Mr. Smith, taking the fastest lap, will be gaining 2 points as it stands.
And Nidam definitely starting to really struggle behind the front two.
I think he's been so desperate to keep the DRS that he's not been paying attention to his battery usage, and that could put him under threat here from Myron Peel in the Aston Martin. Currently P4.
He will get DRS on this DRS straight, as he wasn't within range coming on around that corner, which might be his saving grace.
I don't know about this next lap though. I don't think he'll have this luxury coming down into turn 14. It could be a completely different story. We'll soon find out, but further down the field, Kennedy still keeping up with Van Dijk.
The battle for P5. All it takes is one of the guys in front as well to have a moment, and these guys in P5 and P6 could be on for a possible podium.
Cheers, Will Buxton. And here we go.
Wow. Understandable. We was talking about, but I put the commentator's curse on Biden, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
To be fair, I did as well. I said AlphaTauri are having a great race.
we done him in there.
But I also said that Aston Martin are having a great race, and they've not bottled it.
No, they haven't. So sometimes it just takes a little bit. Van Basten though, really putting the pressure on Trainmakers and keeping up with him. Trainmakers outside of the DRS on Kennedy. Kennedy having a big race for Kennedy here, I'd say.
Byland uncooked.
Byland unseasoned casserole dish. As meanwhile now, Fox Johnson will not be feeling the pressure of Casper's. I'm going to leave it to you because I need to go to the bathroom.
Wow. This guy, professional
Watching Fox Johnson. I'm watching Fox Johnson.
Wait, what? Oh, he's watching Fox Johnson. That's a shame. But here he goes, down into turn 14 once again, behind Wesley Caspers. Caspers seems to be nailing these exits down the high-speed sections of the track, which just not allows the Fox Johnson to close up enough at the moment. Still, Fox Johnson using a little bit more ERS, then Caspers up in the lead. Meanwhile, further back, Peel really looking to launch an attack on the Ferrari of Nidam. I know you can't see this, unfortunately, but hey, you'd rather see a fight for the lead than you would for P3. If it does occur before Luke gets back. And also, Kennedy keeping up with Van Dijk. It's raw. Ricky might not win 3.
I am back. Van Dijk is definitely feeling the pressure of Kennedy, but Fox Johnson and Caspers, 5 laps to go now. I've almost got 2 seconds to Nidam. They're dropping Peel. Peel, who was holding on to the back of them, has definitely succumbed to the Nidam effect here. Ooh, I had to pull that out. Kennedy as well. Kennedy and Van Dijk dropping off the back of Peel, and then Trainmaker's not able to keep up with Van Dijk and Kennedy. So we're seeing mini trains form.
And I think Peel might be able to move here on the Ferrari of Sven Nidam. Here they go into turn 14. Peel looking for the outside line. Nidam going to defend to the inside. He's squeezing him as far as he can to the left-hand side of the track. Peel looking for a switchback here. Can he find the traction to make this work though? He's still side by side. Going into the final corner. Nidam on a compromised inside line. As he'll get the better run now. Down into turn 1. It's going to look like Peel with the DRS assistance. They're both absolutely rinsing their batteries though.
And Peel's through.
And Peel gets the move done.
Peel's got to put the burners on to try and catch. I reckon Fox, Johnson and Casper. Oh, Nydam looks for a move up the inside actually. Peel defends it just about. And Peel's rear is flashing. I was going to say, I reckon Fox, Johnson and Casper's going to leave it with the final lap to go.
Do you like the pole?
What is the pole? Did Luke wash his hands? I did wash my hands.
Hmm.
Always wash my hands. Hygiene's important. I work at a hospital, Connor.
People don't seem to think so. You are very, very quick.
I have a bathroom next door, Connor. It's not like I have to run across the whole house. To, and also,
Pot says cap.
I've also got a weak bladder, so the more you know. Back to the action though, as we return back to the DRS straight, and it's going to be Fox Johnson following behind Casper's, 7 tenths adrift, still. And Byland running 11th of 11. I don't know how Byland can salvage a point here. To be honest, I feel like he's deserved a point as well, which sucks. Nydam though, the closest guy to the car. Kennedy actually hounding the rear of Van Dyke. To think, Connor, your team could have been Kennedy and Van Dyke.
It was.
It was, and then it wasn't. Because someone absolutely scamazzed you. That gap to the front, for the front too though, is gone a bit smaller.
Yeah, Van Basten has been very consistent with his lap times and has been staying very close to the back of Schrainmakers in that Haas. So we could very well see a move occurring very soon. I'm sure the drivers are going to be pushing 100% in these last few laps. 2 laps at the end of this lap here.
And the older tyres really hasn't really affected the front two compared to the guys behind them.
No, it's 1 lap all the tyres. I don't think it was going to do much more than that. But Peel's really, I don't know. I think he might have stood more of a chance if he stayed out and went with the safety car, you know, because he wouldn't have had to have. You wouldn't have to get past Nydam. And Nydam, we saw, had to push like hell to keep up with these two. We know Peel had the pace, and Fox Johnson goes very deep on the brakes there, nearly making contact with the back of Casper's Ferrari, but keeps it clean.
And meanwhile, we've got lots of two cars just bump drafting, basically. Look at this. You got 2, 2, 2, 2. Push pineapple, shake the tree. Why are you paying out no, Connor?
What? I didn't pay out anything.
Oh, because it was a poll. It wasn't a bet.
There's a good little battle going on between Van Dyke and Kennedy, and also Rico and Schrainmaker's very close as they come through turn 1 and 2 as well.
Rico and Schrainmaker's actually the closest currently. But Kennedy's hounding Van Dyke as well. Will Van Basten look for a move on Schrainmaker's? No, is the answer. As we're on the penultimate lap. When is it going to happen? When is Fox Johnson going to look to get past Casper's? When is Nydam going to look to get past Peel? Kennedy, when is Kennedy going to look to get past Van Dyke? And when is Van Basten going to look to get past Schrainmakers?
Fox Johnson's got to really up the wick on this final lap, because he's got to have some kind of advantage in battery or exit out of the golf club section, because
Byland's got to be putting softs on. Oh, Byland, if there was ever a time to not get in the way, it is now. Please get out of that.
He's not going to be in the way. He's not going to be in the way.
Okay. He's looking to rob someone of the fastest lap.
I think that would be Smith in P10 currently.
Oh, he's looking to Robert Williams. As here we go. It's the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. It's going
Fox Johnson is closing already on the back of the Ferrari into turn 1.
He's wanting to put the pressure on now. Nice and early. Is Nydam doing the same to Myron Peel? Not as close. Is Kennedy doing the same to Van Dyke? He did, but he goes a bit deep through turns 1 and 2. Van Basten also all over the rear of Shoemakers. All these drivers know that it's time to act, as it is the final lap, as there's a yellow flag and it's for Smith. Smith's had a moment. The gap is a little bit lower than normal. It's only by a couple of attempts, but that could be all it needs to be to make a move into turn 14. But no movements in the grid order just yet.
I think we might see a few, hopefully at least 2 moves. Down into turn 14 here, the drivers currently sat in the DRS are going to be hungry heading down into that braking zone. We might even see a few lockups, hopefully no contact.
Here we go, and it's Fox Johnson. Doesn't look like he's going to be within range.
I think he will. He might have to take the L here. Meanwhile though, Nidam closing up into the braking zone, looking for the outside line, really late on the brakes, so the Ferrari man gets pushed off a little bit by the Aston Martin, but it was a really big send already. And I think Pio's going to keep that position. Meanwhile, Kennedy and Rico gets past Shoemakers into the braking zone. Contact between the two there.
Still
contact, there's still wheel banging. Rico on the outside, going to have the inside line for the final corners. More contact being made between the Haas and the Alpine. Can Shoemakers get a drive to the line? Oh my god, there's contact across the line!
No. Oh, Van Basten didn't get the race finish.
Christ.
Oh no.
But Caspers wins the Shanghai International Circuit Chinese Grand Prix. Fox Johnson finishes P2, Peel P3, Nidam P4, Van Dijk P5, Kennedy P6.
I have a question.
A very questionable P7 for Shoemakers.
No,
Lund finishes P8.
I have another question. Rico's car did cross the line.
It did.
In real life, he classed as finishing the race.
I think he would, you know, but
I think we're gonna have to work out that this has never happened in Amethyst racing history. We're gonna follow Byron. Can Byron set the fastest lap and steal it from Smith? We're gonna have a big old debate here, aren't we, Connor?
wow.
So
If you ask me, I think it should be reinstated. Was it P? Who crossed the line first?
it was
Or who
P7,
would've?
P8. It was a clusterfuck. Casper is your
wow.
race winner. Oh my days. Of all the things to happen, I was not expecting that ending. That might be the most insane ending we've had, Connor. Caspers, though, gets the race win. Fox Johnson just not able to find enough traction out of the long right-hander to make a move. As it's going to be the top 3 in the standings who can still win. Is that taking Peel out of the Drivers' Championship?
I don't think so. I don't know. Also, I want to point out there wasn't a single track limits penalty.
I am clapping right now. I'm not clapping for the NHS, clapping for the boys.
I got your screenshots.
Oh, I was going to do them as well. You've already done them. Perfect. Wow. Well, that made my life a little bit easier. As we're going to... Oh, we need to... You know what we need to do now, Connor?
Oh,
We need to get in the commentary booth. Shall we?
do I have to?
Please.
Ah, joy of joy.
Hey.
Bing Jilling.
Bing Jilling Part 1. Alright. Let's bring Caspers up. P1 Caspers.
Yo.
We thought you was a certain wager to get qualifying P1. We were certain for it because Q1 and Q2 domination.
Yeah, true.
then
I
a
missed
fat
like
child had a bit more
1.5
downforce.
tens in the banking. That was quite I just understeered in the banking quite unfortunately. But yeah, just good quality overall, and just had the pace to overtake him. I just managed a bit with the ERS, and I also Kisil told me every time the ERS. He was just using it at the end. It was like, okay, the kept around 7/10s. This is fine. It's doable. And yeah, I'm happy that I won, but I didn't expect that Alex was that fast.
So we may have missed you cross the line because the battle for P7 was kind of
Oh,
hot.
I saw it. That was kind of.
It was kind of. Yes.
I saw some broken wheels. That's what can I say.
He did cross the line, so we're a bit like, what do we do?
Oh.
Because the game rules him as DNFing before the line, but his car, in real life, if the car crosses the line, it crosses the line. So we're going to have to do some mathematics.
Yeah.
I think.
I think you have the position.
He would have been
I think
P8
so.
because Shrainmaker's car crossed the line first, I think.
Oh.
But it's now we've got to work
Interesting.
out the time. We're probably going to have to use the
let's
time
see.
that they were when he smashed into the wall.
What happened with Peter? Did he just?
His wheel
Spun over there.
disconnected.
Oh, really nice.
Otherwise, no safety car.
Yeah.
But talk us through your race,
It
because
was.
you got the move done about lap 4, lap 5, and then it was just you and Fox Johnson having a game of DRS and ERS chicken.
Yeah, true. So yeah, I had like a very good qualifying. I was on my way to like a 0.4 or something. Then I decided to understeer in the banking, just throw away my whole lap. But I had like, okay, there are like a lot of bumps in the road if you're starting first. Like it's really bad. But I was surprised at that good start. My start was just absolutely shit. As always, my start's not the best. And yeah, I had like I had the pace to stay with him without using any DRS. And Peter had to use all his battery to stay in my DRS. So for me it was like, okay, I don't have to focus on Peter, just fully on Johnson. And then he had lap 5, lap 4. I saw him struggling. He made a small mistake. I was like, I'm gonna overtake him now because I had the pace to just staying in front. Because I was just a bit, because he braked it all really early at the beginnings at the first stint, and yeah, I just had a clean overtake, a bit of fighting. It was really good, and yeah, just managed to stay ahead because I saw he was just saving. I was using the bit on the exits, and yeah, it's kind of hard to get him out of DRS. I had it also with Peel this week. It's kind of hard to get some out of DRS, but if he is, then he's kind of done. But that sadly not happened. Yeah, just had a great race. Very sweaty.
And Brazil, the final sprint race of the week of the calendar. Brazil, we know you had brilliant pace there last time. How are you feeling for this time?
Yeah, I'm feeling good for Brazil. It's one of the tracks that I really like. China's also awesome. Yeah, it's good that this track is on the calendar. Yeah, I'm feeling good for Brazil. I think I'm able to get another win, but we have to see. And maybe Johnson's is incredibly quick on that track. I don't know. We have to see next week. But for me, it's a good track. I saw a lot of different strategies last season with Balazs and Hawkins. So yeah, let's see who got the best strategy and what the best pace have.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go down to which appears to be P3?
No, fine.
Well,
I'll see you next week, guys.
You gain another 7 points, so 4 plus 7. And you are now 11 points in the lead in the drivers, and I believe that puts you back in charge of the constructors with Peter's having a dumph. All to play for still though, with 2 races and a sprint race.
Yeah, I'm kind of enjoying it with Sven right now. He had a bit of bad quality, unfortunately. But he did manage P4, and I know his race pace not the best. So yeah, he did a great job in my opinion. So yeah, let's see if we can beat Mercedes in the construction champion. I think it's possible if Peter had having more disconnect issues. Yeah. Kind of sad, is it?
A little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, see ya.
Alright, thank you very much, lad.
Cheers, mate. Good race.
Right, do we dare bring up the engineer? Because we know what's coming after.
Yeah. You can just cope.
Rule 1, no bringing up what happened in qualifying. Rule 1 now.
Oh, wait.
No saying no.
I just
No! I'm saying it now, otherwise you're going back to the steps. No, you're
can
saying
I-
it. No,
can I say one thing?
no. We're talking about the race.
yeah, I want to begin. I don't want to talk about what happened in quali. That's what I wanted to say.
It wasn't a warning for you. It was a warning for the man next to you.
Can I be honest? You just reminded me of that. I wasn't even thinking.
Can I explain what happened or not?
No. We're just talking about the race because.
Okay, about the race. Okay. Start was terrible. Just a terrible start. Then got P4 back. At P2 I got P4. And then I managed to gain 5/10 to stay in the DRS of the top 3. I managed it quite well. Also with the tire wear in the ERS. Then I decided to do the undercut on all the cars, the top 3. It worked quite good.
And then the safety.
And then I'm sorry, but I was really happy that Peter crashed out because he's my main rival for P3 in the championship. So yeah,
I don't want to talk about what.
it was quite good that he crashed out. And then managed to. I decided to pit again for new mediums because then that gave me like that 2 laps extra, the 2 laps fresher tires. Managed to overtake Sven and bring home P3. Also great job by my teammate Kennedy, did a good job. And my engineer did great.
Thank you.
Brazil next. You're just about in the hunt for the drivers' championship, I believe, if my math.
No, I'm not. I'm not getting the drivers' championship. But if I can get P3, I will be happy because I missed like 2 or 3 races. So I'm pretty happy with the result I'm getting this season.
You are right. You do just fall out of it, sadly, because the front
Yeah.
two are on very expensive points.
Yeah, I was surprised that they were like this fast in the race. And also when I asked about their ERS, I heard that they had like almost 100%, and it's just unbelievable.
How do you feel about Brazil though, Mr. Peel?
Brazil, I don't know. I heard that Wesley is quite quick on it on Brazil. So we'll see what happened in Brazil.
And
The last time I was racing in this league on Brazil, I forgot my tire pressure. So hopefully that will not happen. Hopefully it will not happen again.
yes. Fingers crossed it does not happen again.
And if it happens again,
Well, congratulations
We'll see.
again on coming up and joining us on the podium here.
thank you.
And you're doing your best Fernando Alonso impersonation, coming P3 every race now.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys would like to add?
No, just I think you will laugh about the ticket we will make. What happened in quali? You will laugh about it.
Alright, well, thank you very much, boys, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Viola needs to learn how to drive.
Anyway, I think on that note, that is the end of the stream today. Join us today again on Sunday, where the Tier 2 boys, and we'll see if Skowski can fend off the Charging Bean and friends as they come for him as he reigns on the top of the standings. Will Skowski be able to continue this dominant pace he's been showing, or will he succumb to the Alfa Romeo curse, per se? Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, Mr. Martin.
And me, Mr. Ratty.
And we'll see you again on Sunday. Goodbye.
Au revoir.
You won't hear me cry, cry, cry. You won't hear me cry, cry, cry. You won't hear me cry.
When the bass drop.